We welcome you inside for the 15 UB between the third place game between Minnetonka and the Minnesota River Valley. Just underway, 14 minutes to go here in the first period. It's played out. Simmons to pick it up for the skipper. She sends it to the far side. And into the offensive zone comes Minnetonka. And just underway here. So happy that you're with us this afternoon. No score. As Bodo was trying to send it in through the slot. As Minnesota River will carry it out to neutral and then play it deep into the Minnetonka zone. The Skippers pick it up behind their own net. McGuire trying to take the puck away for Minnesota River. Tennyson can't hold the zone. And into the offensive zone ahead of Sparks. There's a shot and that's saved. It's played around the net up into the corner with 2 minutes gone by here in the first period. No score between Minnetonka and Minnesota River. It's played up onto the far side boards. They'll play it through. Played over to the near side. It's taken away by Minnesota River. As Shaylock dumps it in deep. It's Minnetonka behind their own net, trying to play it up to the far side boards. Back out into the neutral zone. Now Schultz falls down. Free rush. There's a shot and a save. Rebound is also held on to. 12:08 to go, first period. Offensive zone face-off coming for Minnetonka. As Pyatt will take the face-off for Minnesota River. Bodo controls for Minnetonka with a shot, and that's blocked in front. It's picked up by the Bulldogs. They play it over to the near side. Pyatt gets it into the Minnetonka zone. Minnetonka now controls again in their own zone. Cross ice pass to the near side for Lindgren. Lindgren into the offensive zone where it's tipped down ahead of Pyatt into the corner. 11:30 to go. In the first period, no score. The puck is played back the other way. Is Ferguson able to take it away? Ferguson with a shot. Rebound is picked through the slot, and then just shot wide. 11:08 to go here in the first period. Played through the corner. Klein able to work her way around and slide a shot through, and that's tipped aside with the stick. Minnetonka able to hold again. This one dribbles in on goal and covered up. 10:40 to go here in the first period. No score. Minnetonka and the Minnesota River Valley. Into the offensive zone. Sparks had the puck poked away from her. Back out in the neutral zone. Work its way deep into the skipper's zone. We'll look to break out from there. 9:47 to go in the first period. As Bodo slides this one through. It's loose in front, picked up by Minnesota River. They'll play it over toward the near side. It'll work its way behind the net. As Sparks carried up the far side boards and played in deep to the Minnetonka zone. That'll be icing on Minnesota River, and we'll have a face-off deep in the Minnesota River Valley zone with 9:17 to go here in the first period. No score. Carried up the far side boards and cleared out through neutral. As Minnetonka back to pick it up. They'll play this one through. And gets past Schultz. As Kiefer lost the puck as she gained the offensive zone. Back out at neutral. Minnetonka in 1-on-2 and losing control of the puck. 8.5 minutes to go here in the first period. It's flipped out through neutral. Back through the neutral zone. And we're going to get a penalty coming here against Minnesota River. Well, Minnetonka will go on the power play with 7:28 to go here in the first period. Minnetonka able to control the face-off. Bodo able to hold. This one slides through. Backing away at it, still loose in front, and somehow ends up tipped wide. Get over toward Bodo again. Bodo with a shot, it's knocked down. This time covered up. And play stop with 7:03 to go in the first period. 1:35 in the power play. Taken away by Minnetonka, dribbles in and covered up again. With 6:42 to go in the first period, 1:14 in the power play. It's free out front again. It's played around behind the net and works its way back through the slot. And slides through again. Whacking away at it is Minnetonka, and it's just poked wide. Shot over the top of the net. Played over to the near side. Comes free out front again, and a shot that's saved and held on to. With 6 minutes to play in the first period, 32 seconds in the power play. The centering feed, and that one just sneaks through, and you can see a little bit of frustration, thinking they had a great opportunity there. 18 seconds in the power play. 5:40 in the period. It's back over to Click, who sends a shot through. It's loose in front, poked to the end boards. A long shot that's tipped up over the top of the net as they're back at full strength. Taken away, a shot off the crossbar. 5:10 to go here in the first period. It's played deep into the Minnetonka zone. Ferguson into the offensive zone for Minnetonka as it played back up to the far side boards. And this one sneaks through the length of the ice. It'll work its way into the Minnetonka zone. Played back the other way. And then sent down toward the Minnetonka goal. And back out at neutral ice. Played deep into the Minnesota River zone. Minnetonka playing it from their own zone, stretch pass ahead. There's a shot that'll be set wide with the stick. They caught Minnesota River on a line change. 3:08 to go in the first period. Tolonen into the offensive zone. But Tolonen got knocked off the puck. Into the offensive zone and playing it deep in. Oh, what a move there. And there's a shot that goes off the inside of the post and caroms out. To the inside of the crossbar. 2:35 to go here in the first period. There's a shot tipped over the top of the net. It's loose in the blue. As Minnesota River able to get it back out through neutral. Two minutes to play in the first period. A shot through traffic that'll go wide. With 1:40 to play in the first period. Over to Click on the near side. Click's shot was deflected by Listrom. Centering feed is kicked back down to the near side corner. Click again, able to hold the zone. Nice job to set up the screen to take that puck away. And we're going to get a penalty coming here for a slash against Minnesota River. Well, that'll put Minnetonka back on the power play with 1:04 to go in this first period. We play deep into the Minnetonka zone, where it'll be covered up there, and a face-off deep in the skipper zone. It's banked back into the neutral zone. .30 seconds to go here in the period, now down to 20 seconds. It's Minnetonka unable to hold the zone as it's played over to the near side. Under 10 seconds in the period. It's Minnetonka playing it again from deep in their own zone. They'll play it out toward the blue line as the period comes to an end. No score, but 56 seconds of power play time will remain. We're going to be resurfacing after this first period, so we will take a longer break of about 10 minutes and come back with a drop of the puck for your second period right after this. We welcome you back. Second period underway. 52 seconds of power play for Minnetonka. No score after one period. Minnetonka into the offensive zone. There's a shot that'll be wide of the net. That one in on the goaltender, Isermans, who will hold on to it. That's played over to the near side. Kohler plays it up to the other side and just sneaking through the blue on the shot attempt as it comes down to the near side. There's a shot that's blocked out front. Tiana Kiefer got in the way of that one. The shot in, Isermans again making the save. Tolonen is back, and the Minnesota River squad back at full strength. It's played back through the neutral zone into the offensive zone. It's back out at neutral ice. As it's tipped along. The cross ice pass up to the far side. And McCarville into the offensive zone. Trying to work her way through the corner. It's pushed ahead into the offensive zone by Courtney Gaida. It'll work its way down to the near side corner. Minnetonka able to hold the zone again. Boudreau with a shot that's blocked. Back out to neutral ice it comes. Into the offensive zone with numbers, they score! Peyton Tolonen with the goal. 1-0 Minnesota River. Face-off pushed back into the offensive zone for Minnesota River. The pass slides through down to the near side boards. .11:45 to go here in the second period. We got a penalty coming against Minnesota River. Played over to the near side. And dragged out to the neutral zone where it's touched up. And a power play coming for Minnetonka with 11:29 to go in the second period. 1-0 Minnesota River. It's Molly Tennyson. Played up into the far side boards. And it's played around to the near side corner. No one knocked down, they score! It's a power play goal for Minnetonka, and this game is tied at 1. So a very short-lived lead for Minnesota River. As the Skippers cash in on the power play. Click with the goal, 1-1 tie game. Minnetonka controls. They'll play this one through neutral ice. They'll send back into the Minnetonka zone where they'll pick it up behind their own net. As it's flipped through, and it'll work its way all the way down for icing, and we'll have a face-off deep in the Minnetonka zone with 10:34 to go in the second period. 1-1. This one played through. Tennyson back to pick it up to play the other direction. Into the offensive zone is Minnetonka. As Karjalati got in the way of that shot. Played down behind the net. It'll be carried around. Minnetonka able to hold a shot that's blocked. Played into the neutral zone. Minnetonka plays it from behind their own net, but it's taken away by Minnesota River. There's a shot that's saved, pushed up into the corner. That'll go around the net, around to the near side corner. It's played in deep. That'll go off the end boards. Back out at neutral ice, Talonen trying to pick it up. And flip down to the near side boards with 8.5 minutes to go here in the second period. A 1-1 tie game. As Sparks able to gather the puck in the corner. Centering feed sneaks through up to the far side boards. Off the end wall. Back out at neutral ice. It's played in down to the near side. There's Gaida back to pick it up, but we're going to get a penalty coming for checking. We'll go against Callie Sparks, and we'll have another power play for Minnetonka, who just cashed in on the power play a minute ago to get the game tied at 1. Back out at neutral, Minnetonka trying to play it back the other direction. And it's pushed ahead by McCarville into the offensive zone. as it sneaks through. .1:15 now to go in the power play. 7:09 in the second period. There's a stretch pass out of the reach of Sammy Rao, and that'll go in on goal and be held on to with 47 seconds in the power play. And 6:43 to go in the period, and an offensive zone face-off for Minnesota River. Into the offensive zone is Minnetonka. Oh, what a stick move and a shot over the net. It's Klink again. Well, that one just sneaked through the blue. Klink, who has the goal in the game for Minnetonka. Turnaround shot, and that was saved. And sent up into the corner by Isermans. Klick slides this one, but it's intercepted. It's back out at neutral ice. Penalty over. Minnetonka back at full, Minnesota River back at full strength. With 5:49 to go here in the second period. A 1-1 tie game. That puck poked away along the far side boards. Minnetonka 3-on-1 out front. It's tipped in front and able to be covered up by Isermans. Almost turned into a 3-on-0. Back in the neutral zone. Played around to the near side corner. Minnesota River on the near side with it. They work their way into the neutral zone with McCarville. McCarville into the offensive zone. It's dumped off behind her for Tatiana McKay. Turnaround shot is intercepted up front. They score! Abigail Sherlock regains the lead for Minnesota River, 2-1. The Minnesota River crowd brought a huge contingent from the southern part of the state. The centering feed out front, whacking away at it are the Skippers. And it's played behind the net. Minnesota River playing it from behind their own net. A shot over the top of the net by Minnetonka. And Sparks is trying to work her way out to neutral, but the skipper is able to poke it away. They'll play it back in deep to the Minnesota River zone. 2:40 to go here in the second period. On the far side corner. We're back out to neutral ice. It's played back into the Minnesota River zone. It's sent down into the Minnetonka zone where the Skippers will go back to pick it up. They go under 2 minutes to play in the period as this pass out of reach of Zebarth as it's played behind the Minnesota River net. Played back into the neutral zone. Trying to get it ahead for Gaida, but it's caught up to first. Turnaround shot saved. It's played back out to the neutral zone. As Kiefer plays it ahead. And back the other direction. It's played by Kiefer. .53 seconds to go in the period. Simmons plays it down to the near side corner. Centering feed out front. Still loose. Turnaround shot was saved. Rebound being whacked away at. And able to be held on to by Isermans. Face off, pushed along. On the far side boards, shot from the point off the end boards. Centering feed is tipped wide, 20 seconds to go in the period. Minnetonka with it now in their own zone. 3 seconds. 2 seconds, and that'll bring us to the end of the second period. As Minnesota River regains the lead late in the period, they'll take a 2-1 lead to the second intermission. We're going to take a timeout. Come back with the puck drop for the third period in just a moment. They're back for the third period here at Braemar Arena in Edina. It's played down to the near side. The faceoff is pushed along. 14:50 to go in regulation. Played back out through the neutral zone. And sent back the other way. Now back out at neutral ice. Or it's taken away by the Minnesota River squad. Flipped in deep to the offensive zone. Minnetonka looking to break out with some speed the other way into the offensive zone. Kohler with a shot wide. It'll go back off the end of the behind the net. 14 minutes to play in regulation with a shot tipped wide. 13:55 to play. 2-1 Minnesota River with the lead. It pops up in front, then shot wide by the Skippers. Minnesota River carries it out through neutral and then losing control of the puck as they dump it in. Into the offensive zone. There's a shot that's saved. And sent cross ice and played in deep by Minnetonka. Pyatt sends it back the other way. This one will be sent back toward the Minnetonka zone, and they'll have to play it from their own end. They'll look to break out. The bank pass ahead. Tennyson back to pick it up for Minnesota River. 12:25 to play in regulation. 2-1, Minnesota River leading. As it's played through the corner. Is Rao able to dump it in deep? .11:35 now to play in regulation as the puck pops free. As Lane picks it up. It's Talonen, who has one of the goals in the game for Minnesota River. And a shot that's steered aside. Played back in deep to the corner. .10:45 now to go in regulation. It's in the Minnesota River zone. Minnesota River tried to get it out, but it's held in by Minnetonka. Played around behind the net. There's a shot. Loose in the blue. Comes free. There's a shot, and that'll be deflected wide. Again free in the blue. And able to be held onto by Isermans with 10:09 to play in the game. loose in the circle. The pass intercepted by Minnesota River, carried out to neutral ice. Under 10 minutes to play. It's cleared back out to neutral ice. Back into the offensive zone at offside with 9:41 to play in regulation. 2-1, Minnesota River leading Minnetonka in the 15 UB third place. From Braemar Arena in Edina. Sent back the other direction by Minnetonka. The shot that'll go wide. Minnesota River plays it from behind their own net. It's poked back out to neutral ice. Played through the corner. So back out at neutral ice where Pyatt will pick it up in her own zone for Minnesota River. Backhanded ahead. 8:55 to go now in regulation. Played back into the offensive zone. Played through the corner. The Sparks can't hold. 2-on-1 for Minnetonka if they hurry. And it's deflected by Sparks down into the corner. 8:20 to play in regulation. Minnesota River gets it back out through neutral. Tennyson, though, losing control as she tried to cut through the center of the ice. We go under 8 minutes to play. It's Ferguson getting it ahead. The backhand shot. That'll go wide of the net. Centering feed is loose in the blue and poked through the slot. And Minnesota River back the other way as one of the Minnetonka defenders fell down. It's pushed down into the corner. We pass the midpoint of the third period. 7.5 minutes to play. With a shot that's blocked in front. A nice move to gain the offensive zone. Backhand shot, and that one just tipped wide. The rebound picked up by Minnetonka. As Kiefer came flying in there. With a shot that'll go wide. .6:45 to play. It's Talonen ahead. Talonen into the offensive zone, but has the puck promptly poked back away. And it's dumped in by Schultz, rather poked away right at the blue line. 6:25 remaining in regulation. It's Lindgren in. Lindgren with a nice move. Lindgren with a shot that's deflected up over the net. This one comes free in the slot. There's a shot. That'll go over the net as well. Under 6 minutes now to go. 5:55 and counting. 2-1 Minnesota River leading it. As Simmons back to pick it up for Minnetonka. Plays it over to the near side. 5:40 to go. Off the stick of Talonen. Simmons will pick up the loose puck. There's a shot knocked down with the glove and cleared out by Minnesota River. 5:13 remaining in regulation. Played to the end boards in the Minnesota River zone. Now cleared out through neutral, under 5 minutes to play. Minnetonka will play it from their own zone once again. They will be pushed in deep by McCarville. As Click working her way through. Click with a wobbly shot that'll be deflected wide. 4:35 to go in regulation. 2-1 Minnesota River. As Minnesota River able to clear it back into the Minnetonka zone, and the Skippers will have to go pick it up there. And a nice job there by Tatiana McKay to try to disrupt the exit. Minnetonka back into the offensive zone. There's a shot that's held on to by Isermans. And a face-off coming in the Minnesota River zone with 4:13 to go in regulation. 2-1, Minnesota River with the lead. Timeout going to be taken by Minnetonka here, still with 4:13 to play. We're going to take our timeout with them, come back in a minute with the resumption of the game. Of a face-off deep in the Minnesota River zone. 4:13 to go. And Simmons back to pick it up. It's played behind the net. Minnesota River will play it down to the near side, where Minnetonka will stretch it out of the zone. It's poked free. With Minnetonka able to recover a turnaround shot blocked. 3:35 to go in regulation. It's played back out to the near side. We go under 3 minutes to play in regulation. It's Tolonen. Will work her way around Lindgren. Tolonen tripped, penalty coming against Minnetonka. And that's going to be a huge penalty, as that's going to leave Minnetonka shorthanded for the bulk of the remainder of regulation. .250 to play. Well, if Minnetonka kills the penalty, they'll have about 50 seconds remaining at full strength. There's a shot by Tolonen that'll go wide for Minnesota River. We're back out at neutral ice. Into the offensive zone, shorthanded. Here come the Skippers. But then they lose control of the puck. 2:20 to go. 1:30 in the Minnesota River power play. Played over to the near side. We're back out to neutral. Minnetonka trying to play it there. Portman getting it ahead. The centering feed. They score! It's a shorthanded goal to tie the game with 1:58 to play. Oh, are they going to wave it off? No, the referee kind of stood there staring at the celebration for quite some time. I'm not quite sure what. No, still a minute. Still a minute plus of power play time for Minnesota River. .145 now remaining in regulation as it's played off the end boards. Schultz slides this one through. 1.5 minutes to play. I'm not sure how much time is left in the power play at this point. They mistakenly took it off the board because they didn't realize Minnetonka wasn't on the power play when they scored. And they put 38 seconds up on the scoreboard, and now Minnesota River will take their timeout with 1:26 to play of a game that's now tied at 2. We come out of the timeout. Offensive zone face-off for Minnesota River. They have 34 seconds of power play time left. 1:20 to go in regulation. Game now tied at 2. Back out in the neutral zone with 15 seconds in the power play. As we go under a minute in regulation. Miss Tolonen coming into the offensive zone with Lane. It'll work its way up into the corner. The centering feed out front, and what a save there. Sparks at the point. Sparks' shot was blocked. 36 seconds to go now in regulation. Tolonen with a shot. Rebound is carried out by Minnetonka. 25 seconds to go here in regulation as it's played deep into the Minnesota River zone. 20 seconds to go. As Minnetonka able to hold the zone, they'll play it along. Minnesota River will just carry it around their net. Comes loose, 4 seconds, flipped all the way down. That'll take us to the end of regulation, so we will take a couple-minute break. We'll come back with a little bit of extra hockey on Sunday evening. We will be back after this. We'll play a 5-minute sudden death overtime period and then proceed from there. We're underway here in overtime. Minnetonka into the offensive zone. Minnesota River trying to push it through neutral, but Minnetonka controlling it. Lindgren will play this one ahead down into the corner in the Minnesota River zone. 4:33 to go in overtime. 2-2 tie game. Minnetonka tying it up with a late shorthanded goal with under 2 minutes to play. The centering feed sneaks through down to the near side boards. Along the end boards. It's flipped back out to neutral by Minnesota River. As Minnetonka works their way up the near side as it's tipped into the offensive zone. 3:50 to go in overtime. It's popped out to neutral ice. It's back out in the neutral zone once again as it's played in deep to the corner. And played through the corner. The turnaround shot, and that's saved and held onto by the goaltender Isermans with 3:24 to go in the overtime period. Minnesota River working it through neutral with McCarville. It'll be dumped behind. McCarville will get it into the offensive zone. McCarville trying to slide this one through. It ends up in the slot and played down to the near side corner. It's McCarville again having this one intercepted. 2:50 to play in overtime. As Minnesota River slides this one along the bench area. And into the offensive zone comes Minnetonka. Two and a half minutes to go as we're midway through the overtime. It's pushed back out to neutral. As Click dumps it in. It'll wind its way around the net up into the corner. 2:10 to go in overtime. There's a long shot that'll be tipped wide. Rebound is loose in front, and Minnesota River able to clear it back out to neutral. Click works their way in. Click got tied up. Click with a shot, and that'll go wide. As Minnesota River almost able to grab the puck and take it back the other way. There's a shot that's tipped over the net. 1:35 to play in overtime. They played through the corner. Minnetonka takes it away. And the shot slides harmlessly down to the near side corner. 1:20 to go. Centering feed intercepted out front. Here comes Talonen. Talonen getting tripped up. And sent back right in deep by Baudot. 1:05 to go in overtime. Minnesota River trying to get it ahead. They'll dump it into the offensive zone as it's tipped wide with 52 seconds remaining in the extra frame. It's back out at neutral. Tennyson puts it into the neutral offensive zone. It's Lindgren into the offensive zone. Lindgren couldn't get through the stick of Tennyson. Comes loose in the slot. Baudot with a shot that's tipped wide. It'll go up into the corner with 20 seconds to go. There's a shot, it's loose. The rebound just sneaks through. It was out at neutral ice and quickly taken back with 10 seconds to go in the overtime. Now there's a shot that's tipped up to the end boards off the glass. The wraparound attempt is intercepted out front, and that'll take us to the end of the 5-minute period. They'll have to go a little longer to decide. We'll come back in a minute after the shooters have been selected, and we will continue. As we sincerely apologize, unfortunately, The iPad died at the exact wrong time, just in time to see the aftermath. Minnetonka wins the shootout. They win the game by a final score of 3-2. Congratulations to the Skippers on winning the third place here at the 15UB. Got one more game coming up for you. Congratulations to Minnesota River for putting on a good weekend for us here as well. One more game to close out the weekend coming up in a little bit.